Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I only got my Scrawlr box yesterday and I'm already buzzing with ideas. You'll see what I did there in a minute. So the challenge for this month is bionic being. Mine is going to be called bionic being, and I'm going to imagine I've got two ideas that I want to try. So one of these is this kind of robot bee. You know, I can imagine this really happening because bees are really endangered and we really need them. So I can imagine them, I mean, maybe it's already happening, creating a bionic bee that goes around and does all the things that bees do now and more. That's what I've imagined. I'm also going to do the same thing with a snail, but I'm going to do just the bee today. So here's our inspiration piece from Imri, a Scottish artist. I love that. It's not the kind of thing I can do, but I really love it, and it's certainly inspiring. I was also inspired by what I saw Just Johnny doing, one of my friends here on YouTube. Brilliant. I loved his little robots. I don't think he was too enamoured of all the grey tones, but he really enjoyed the challenge. I was kind of the other way around. Loved all the grey tone markers, but wasn't sure what I was going to do with the challenge. Anyway, once this idea popped into my head, I've been buzzing ever since. Right, let's get all this out of the way. So these are the Marabou Graphics sketch markers. They're alcohol markers, and we've also got this Copic friendly water and Copic proof multi-liner. Really good little pencils. And we got the 3B pencil and a purple coloured pencil, Rembrandt Polycolour. Here's all where I swatched the colours out, and you can see they're all grey tones, but these are quite warm brownish greys, and these are cooler bluish greys. And where I took the time to go quite slowly here, see how lovely and smooth that colour's dried. So I've done on the back of that, I did some little sketches. I got up some photo references of real bees just to get sort of a starting point. And they've always got this thing, haven't they, bees, where you know, when you look at them, at their anatomy, it just doesn't look possible for them to get off the ground. They've got these funny little wings and these great big bodies. Anyway, I've given my bee, I decided to give my bee propellers instead of wings because it makes more sense. If you were designing a bee from scratch, I don't think you'd put those little wings on it. And my bee's got all sorts of things. So it's going to have these telescopic legs. So the whole body is going to still be fuzzy like a bee because it's insulated to protect the cargo within. It's got things like the eyes will be multi-directional cameras. This sort of bit here, like this, I don't know if bees have a proboscis like flies. I don't know, but anyway, this thing that's going to be its navigation device, and the little antennae. One's a receiver and one's a transmitter. The two pairs of back legs here are telescopic, so I've shown those sort of retracted on that side, and on this side I've shown them as they would come out. These have got suckers on and these have got grabbers on. The tail, again telescopic, and it can either take samples, take specimens, or it can deliver medicine or chemicals or whatever. There's a hatch here in the back of the bee that slides back to reveal the cargo hold, so it could deliver whatever. The body's articulated here, and these legs, this front pair of back legs, if that makes sense, is sprung loaded. It's got this kind of shock absorbers and these grabby things, and then the suckers on these ones. And then the front legs, I haven't drawn on this one yet, but I've drawn them on here. Again telescopic, with these little grabbers on. A barcode on probably on the yellow. Anyway, it doesn't matter, it's just made up. I'm not actually designing a bionic bee, so I need to stop getting bogged down in detail. Unfortunately, that's one of those things I tend to do. Right, okay, so I'm gonna finish my sketching now. I'll probably stop. You don't need to see me, you can't really see it very well what I'm doing in pencil, so I'm gonna finish sketching in the other arms and things, and then I'll come back when I'm ready for the inking stage. Excited now. I thought I wasn't going to enjoy this challenge. I knew I was going to enjoy the supplies, but yeah, once I got the idea, I was away. There we go. I have finished my sketching. I'm not sure how the lighting's going to do here. I'm trying not to have to close the windows on a lovely sunny day, close the curtains rather, but it does kind of confuse the camera a bit if the light starts fluctuating, so we'll see how it goes. I hope you can see well enough. I think I'm going to bring this light down and peer through the ring light so you can see what I'm doing. That's better. So here's my little here's my bionic being. Okay, right, I'm ready to start inking. I'm going to ink first. I know that with this Copic multi-liner I'll be alright to go over the top with my alcohol markers when I come to the colouring in bit, and it won't like smudge all over the place, so that's really good. But I'm going to have to take my time and do this really carefully. Here's my inked in drawing. I just need to wait a few minutes before I dare rub it out. I don't want to smear it. I'm not sure this card is my favourite thing to work on, because I'm finding it, because I want to be sketching and rubbing out a lot, it's not standing up to that too well. Maybe I should have sketched it on some rough paper and then transferred it, or just not rubbed out so much, but you know, that is the way I work. But the pens are, you know, working beautifully on this card, so that's good. I did it might look a bit more circular. I might need to sharpen this up a bit to make it more obvious, but I wanted this to look like a hexagon to oh look, and it's made a little smiley face. That was unintentional, but I've decided that this is kind of the fuel cell, and there'll be a little battery in there, and this is the on-off switch with the 0 and 1. So yeah, I wanted it to kind of reflect back to the fact that to the honey being the fuel and all of that. And then in here I've done a little barcode. This is meant to be like a cargo hold. So now I'm hoping that I can bring all this to life using all my different shades of grey. I'm kind of thinking I might use the warmer tones to make the fuzzy bits, and the cooler tones to make the more metallic bits, but we'll see. And then for things like the eyes I might end up using the black liner. And then when I'm all done, I want to kind of write in, I think I did it somewhere and rubbed it out, but just write in what everything is, like a diagram, you know, make it look like a diagram. Alright, I'll probably cut out this little bit because it's going to wobble all over the place. There we go. I've cleaned it up as best I can. Just going to sharpen up this hexagon shape a little bit first. It won't be that sharp because it was just a free-handed hexagon. But yeah. So I think there's something to make something look bionic. It's got to be that a kind of juxtaposition of organic and mechanical looking, hasn't it, to make it look Bionic. I'll be able to go back in with this marker, with this fine liner afterwards, and add details. Yeah, so probably the fuzzy details and things like that. Yep. Okay, right, I'm going to go quiet again now and play some music. It would be really good if the YouTube music library had Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of a Bumblebee. Okay, here we go. Right. Right, that's it. That's me done. I think it's quite cute. It's not what I had in my head. It went its own way, but I like when it does that. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. I can't wait to get started on the snail now, but that's for another video. I think this has gone on quite long enough. So thanks very much for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again really soon with the second instalment.